Greetings everyone. Today's topic is about how we can build a strong coach-client relationship as a health and wellness coach. Time and time again, we always believe that changing habits is easy. Truth be told, changing habits is hard. It's not as if we can turn on a switch of a button and we can change our habits, right? It's not as simple as that. The reason for that is a lot of times we keep procrastinating. We procrastinate, we think, okay, tomorrow is going to be another day and tomorrow I'm going to start exercising. Tomorrow I will start eating better. Tomorrow I will sleep on time. Tomorrow I won't get angry. Or many other habits such as smoking, alcohol. We tend to procrastinate. We also see that every year we create strong resolutions based on our desire for change. And by the first month or second month, majority of us have lost focus from our resolutions. The reason for that is there's lack of commitment. There's lack of motivation, more importantly, and there is an wavering levels of commitment. Today I am more committed than yesterday, and tomorrow I may not be as committed. So there's wavering level of commitment. And this wavering level of commitment and lack of motivation leads us into a spiral of wanting to make a change and yet not being able to make a change. Also, what happens is, a lot of times, especially with early onset of certain lifestyle diseases, we tend to go to a doctor. The doctor gives us, maybe does some diagnosis. You may also land up doing some blood reports that gives you some critical information of your health. And the doctor may even give you a prescription with medication, but may also prescribe certain lifestyle changes, right? Now that prescription does not lead to action, right? Sometimes, and most often than not, since this entire process is not personalized to the client's personal choices, way of living, preferences, abilities, strengths and capabilities, and also their personal obstacles. This kind of lack of personalization in the client's journey leads to failure of the client in implementation of their desirable changes. Truly, it is the coach that bridges the gap from having a desire to make a change, from wanting to make a change, to actually getting it done, okay? Getting into the implementation of making the change. Here are my top 3 tools for a health and wellness coach. If you really want to cultivate a strong health and wellness coaching relationship with your client, the number 1 is to create a client-coach partnership. In a lot of conventional approach, when there is a practitioner and the client, usually the practitioner is here and the client is here. So a lot of times the practitioner tells them what to do and the client is expected to follow that. This kind of hierarchy, right? And sometimes an imposition without knowing what the client is truly about leads to not creating a true partnership, right? In coaching space, the coach and the client are almost at the same level, but sometimes I would believe the client is higher in the coaching relationship, because the coaching relationship is a client-driven approach, is a client-centric approach, because everything is driven by the client. No one knows their lives better than themselves. No one knows their life better than you yourself. No one knows that better. The beauty is that within the client and coaching relationship, the coach empowers the client to have greater level of awareness of what they already know, brings it to the surface, so cultivates great level of awareness, because change can only happen when you're aware of there is a need to make a change, and what could be the underlying reasons or root causes that may be stopping you from implementing that change. That's the power of coaching. Also, in the coaching relationship, the coach creates an environment. It's almost like a bubble. I almost feel like I'm in a bubble where the client feels safe. The clients feel safe. They feel they can trust. There is trust. They also feel they're not being judged. They know this is a space where they can actually be vulnerable and they can share intimate details of their lives. This is where the power really is. Okay? The power of the partnership between the coach and the client. Research has pointed out that when we tell people to make changes, they don't make changes. But when people are inspired to make changes and they have a deeper level of awareness of self, they are able to take accountability for their own lives. They have the autonomy. They have the self-efficacy. That's the belief that I have the capability of making a change. Right? There's 1,000 times better efficacy and results. Number 2 is deep listening. Very, very powerful tool. I'm sure you must have gone to a friend sometimes or a colleague when you have had a challenge in your life, or even in your partnership, even romantic relationship, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriends, right? So when you go to someone and you share a problem, typically we are quick to offer solutions. And a lot of these solutions are based on our personal experiences, our personal choices, our personal wisdom, right? Whereas in the coaching relationship, we're doing deep listening of the client about their perceptions, their values, their desires, their aspirations, their obstacles in their lives. This kind of deep listening, it's only when you can deeply listen can you reflect back to your clients on what is being said. And when the client hears what they have said from the coach's mouth, A, they feel they've been heard, B, they feel they've been understood. And this kind of deep listening is the first place of healing. Anytime in your relationship when you felt truly heard, not even given solutions, right? When you're just being heard, you know that the healing process has already started, right? So helping the client being heard and reflecting back to the client. There are many ways, there are many tools of ways you can reflect, but simple reflection allows the client to hear back their own narration and also allows you to keep your ears open to possible solutions that the client may have discovered for themselves. Self-discovery of their own solutions, right? And having them heard back from the coach empowers them. Okay? And the last one is taking accountability, helping the client to take accountability for their own lives. That is very important. When we say, for example, maybe as a practitioner or as a coach, somebody comes to you for wanting to exercise and you tell them, why don't you go to a gym? For example, this is just an example. And that going to the gym is your suggestion, but not something that the client may be comfortable with, right? So imposing your own choices on the client, or what you may think is best for the client, rather than enabling the client to make choices. When we allow the client to cultivate deeper levels of awareness, make their own choices, it enables them to take accountability for their own lives. Look around yourself. How many times have you told someone, change this about yourself or change that about yourself? They have only changed when they had the desire and the motivation, like the intrinsic inner motivation to wanting to make a change. In conventional approaches, a lot of time we hold the practitioner accountable, that the practitioner is accountable for facilitating or implementing or enabling accomplishment of the goal. In the coaching relationship, the accountability must lie in the hands of the client. This accountability allows them to take autonomy of their life and increases their self-efficacy, their belief in their ability to make changes. And by making small changes, taking accountability for every small step or goal that they have set for themselves, allows them to travel the journey towards their optimum health and wellness. That is their perception and their idea of life, which is different for everyone. So that brings me to the end of this this video. I will see you again in the next one, and let me know if you have any topics that you would want me to cover, and I will come back again soon. Ciao, take care of yourself, see you soon. Thanks for watching.